What's up? What's up? What's going on, world? Welcome to my podcast. It's just different with Ty, where I talk about sports, social, political issues, you name it, everything under the sun. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, right? Hit the notification bell so you can get updated on the latest newest videos because I'm coming with that fire, right? If you want to have a debate with me on here, I may entertain it, pending what it is, but you better know what you're talking about because I ain't gonna play no games with you. This topic is long overdue. I was kind of trying to hold this in the archives, but I got to bring it out, speak my piece on this. So we're gonna get right into it.
Welcome to It's Just Different with your host, Ty.
All right. Title of this show is Agents Within the Black Community. I'll say that again. Agents within the Black community, because they're still here, y'all. They ain't going nowhere. I know there's certain programs that the government put out there that started, and they'll say they have a begin date and an end date. Scratch all that. Them programs are still going on. The agents are still working within the Black community, and I I don't I'm not gonna say I don't blame them. It's the part of the psychological effect of slavery with Black people that we've been dealing since we were kidnapped and forced to be slaves in this country. Um, so I don't blame Black people too much in the sense. And again, the Willie Lynch syndrome, the conditioning. You put the younger slave against the older slave, light skin, dark skin, house slave against the field slave, all those different things that were done, right? And it still goes on to this day. That thinking still goes on to this day. So when the government comes up with all these different tactics, it's easy for Black people to say, "Yo, I'm on board. Come on, yeah, I'll do it. I'll sell my own peoples out." So it's easy to point, for me at least, to point out the sellouts, right, of the Black community that we see on TV. We know who they are. We don't even got to name them, but it's easy to point those people out, those Black people out, whether if they politicians or whether if they're athletes or just regular YouTubers or journalists, whatever. It's easy to spot them. But what about the, I'm gonna say millions, probably millions that, oh, let's say thousands. You know, I don't put no number. Let's just say the many that aren't popular, that we don't see on TV every day, that are behind the scenes and probably doing more damage than the Black sellouts that have a big platform and are popular. And that's actually living amongst us. See, that's the thing. That's the thing. If you feel like there's a Black politician or a Black celebrity that's a sellout, you're not going to really see them like that. You're not living amongst them. Your kids ain't going to the same school as their kids. But the ones that can actually touch you with an arm length, right? Which is arm reach. Those are the ones that I'm really skeptical about because I don't know. And they ain't gonna come up and say, "Yo, look, man, I'm here to sell the Black community out. Yeah, I'm here." They're not gonna do that, and they master the skill to gain your trust, to be manipulating, to do all these different things to get certain information back to help the white power structure continue to oppress Black people. So there were certain things that were done in American history to keep this cycle going, right? And one of the things that stands out to me was, and correct me if I'm mispronouncing it, but you can look it up, the merit, right? Merit is seen as a good thing, right? Yeah. Meritorious Manumission Act in 1710. All right. So United States came with an act, right? Passed the law in 1710, right? That basically was supposed to be something to, or was supposed to be something that was for slaves, where if you show good deed or do good things, especially if you snitch on your fellow African brothers and sisters that were trying to escape, or if they was trying to revolt, do whatever, that you would be given, basically you would be given your freedom, right? So picture you being a slave, working in all these crazy harsh conditions, being told what to do, when to do, being whipped, everything that we could think of, right? We know the history. And you have the white power structure dangling your freedom over you and saying, listen, man, you can get that. You sure, you want freedom? Sure, you can get that. However, you got to infiltrate for me and let me know which slaves is being disruptive, what slaves is trying to be free and rebel or whatever. Like God forbid you actually want your freedom, right? That's seen as like the worst sin at that time for white slave owners. So this conditioning was amongst along with other things. Like I said, Willie Lynch syndrome. This conditioning was which was basically a psychological thing that we still deal with today as Black people in this country, right? We still deal with that. I'm not saying other races don't deal with snitching, but it just and whatever. Hey, but it and the crab in the barrel mentality. But it just seems that within the Black community, we are at a way higher level than, or is more of that than any other race. That it seems like that. I'm not saying it's true, but that's what it seems like. So you got this meritorious manumission act in 1710 that was passed down, and again, slaves that were willing to snitch and sell out and become agents, right? Agents within their Black community. The ones that cooperated, they benefited from that, while the other slaves were killed. That's just what it was, We also could look at, of course, everybody know COINTELPRO, right? Definitely, forgot when it started, but if you, let's say in the 60s, and it was there once when the movement started going on with Malcolm X and Dr. Martin Luther King and, H. Rap Brown and Kwame Ture and, the Black Panther Party. And, it's documented how the FBI paid Black people that, to infiltrate it, discredit, disrupt, and get in. And they were paying these sellouts to cause all this confusion to stop Black liberation. As you all know, what's his name? The director, the FBI director at that time, Hoover, said the greatest threat to America was the Black Panther Party, which is crazy, never mind the Ku Klux Klan, that was burning churches and killing children and then doing all this other stuff, raping women and all, just whatever. They're not an issue because they are them. The government, a lot of the government, or most, or I don't know the percentage, but a lot of them were Ku Klux Klan members, or they at least had the same beliefs and ideologies, right? So you had the COINTELPRO. Everybody knows what's up that. Even if you saw the movie Judas and the Black Messiah, and or even if and you seen that, and the person who the actual person, William O'Neill, when he did an interview, which I seen, he even kind of said that he was given like, I don't know, $100,000-$200,000. Don't quote me, I might be off, but $100,000-$200,000, and he was given like a gas station. You know what I'm saying? Like, good job. So that was an incentive to tell and stop the Black movement. And it's crazy because a lot of these agents, right? A lot of these agents played a key role in having some of our greatest Black leaders assassinated. They played a key role in getting some of our, or if not all of our revolutionary leaders assassinated or thrown in jail for some fake charges that they didn't even do for the rest of their life, a long prison sentence. This is what it was again, and this is what the government did. And again, it to me it's just mind boggling. But the other thing was, and it was around that time too. It was called the Ghetto Information Program. Look that up. GIP, Ghetto Information Program. Yes. FBI, CIA, even the CIA, the government came up with this. Again, another incentive to have snitches, Black people, tell on other Black people and disrupt and stop them from coming together and having unity. Matter of fact, I read something where it said that in this program, there were 7,000 people used. Now, I'm assuming that majority, if not all, were Black people. 7,000 people were used in this. And these agents, right? These agents within our community, these agents would go back to the FBI and give them information and different things like that. And they even had, again, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Huey P. Newton, the Black Panther Party. They had these people and this group down as extremists, and they're destroying the country and blah 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 blah. And it's crazy because this is how they thought, which led them to dismantle these different parties, these different organizations, and assassinate our Black leaders, and then say, oh, well, they was good guys. Let's just name a street after him. And they gave us a school after their names. Again, I'm getting off track a little bit. But my point is that for hundreds of years, there always been agents within our community. For hundreds of years, there's always been agents within our community. And we got to watch and pay attention. Like I said, we see the obvious. We see the ones that are on TV. We see those Black sellouts on TVs. But we got to look at the ones that are living amongst us that we don't know. And even some of the Black YouTubers, you got to pay attention when they start promoting certain things, right? Some of those agents, when they start promoting certain things, because pharmaceutical companies also play a role in that, in the getting certain Black people that may have a platform to push their agenda and talk about something and stuff that they know damn well is not in the best interest of Black people. But because they get a little paycheck from these pharmaceutical companies or from these other companies, right? They're going to push it. And you got Black people lined up saying, yeah, I'll do it. I do it, sir. I do it, boss. I sell out. And they doing it. And you see it. You see it on YouTube. And they're the ones that getting the most views and everything else because that's how it's engineered, man. So I just had to speak on that. I just had to give my piece on all these different programs, on all these different acts and policy that was used to try to disrupt the Black community. And agents within our Black community has been here again, at least been there since the 1600s, So you guys let me know in the comment section what you think. Again, make sure you subscribe to the channel. It's Just Different with Ty, and hit the notification bell. So with that note, see you guys later. Peace and love.